And that's
Oh,
part of what we're doing.
Keener.
Oh, hey, everybody. Surprise. That's right. I missed playing 2 straight Wednesdays, and that aggravated me. So I decided we were going to play on a Tuesday. And the other thing I wanted to do is play Chain of Command, because frankly, I don't get to play enough Chain of Command. It's just the way I feel about things. So we're on a tight timeline. We're on a hard stop tonight, so we're not going to skip around. But this is kind of exciting because this is something else I wanted to do. I wanted to take one of the pint-sized campaigns from Two Fat Lardies and have two of the regular Armchair Dragoons crew come together and just shoot at each other. And who better to do that than our own dear Canadian friend Vance Barthart? How are you?
Great, thank you very much.
Yeah, and the man who usually finds himself sneaking behind Napoleon Bonaparte with a velvet-lined burlap sack, he's suddenly going to be playing some Soviets, and that's the command tent. How are you? How do you find the East Coast tonight, my friend?
I find it just nice.
Awesome. That is what I got. I picked up subscribers. That's weird. So, and we have three. It's Dalinor. It is David Pumphouse and Jeff Russ. Hey, crew. What's going on? And well, David Pumphouse is looking forward to this. And I want you to know that David is going to be one of our rules checkers because he's actually got a fair amount of experience playing commands and colors. Commands and colors. I'm going to do that a bit. Chain of Command. Playing it currently in the Eastern Theater. He's in the Pacific Theater, I should say. In the PTO. So let me no longer be distracted. I'm going to do a... All right. So the theory of these games is that we're going to watch Vance and the command tent
Yeah.
take their platoon, because that's their base force, through a series of missions, series of scenarios, the effects of which are carried on scenario to scenario. This is the first one in the pint-sized campaign, Storming the Citadel, the Battle of Kursk. Cutting to the chase, this is the earliest phases. The Russians, as we know historically, know the Germans are coming. They have spent weeks digging fortifications and spotting and plotting. The Germans hope they have the element of surprise. They don't. But they do want to do whatever they can. And this is on the southern flank of the Kursk salient that the Germans have noticed. And the mission here for Vance is to go get a forward observer. And that forward observer team has to get its eyes down so that the Germans can advance more safely in the subsequent missions. That's really all it is. And Vance has both Vance and Command Tent have a simple setup. They have a platoon. Now, this is a Panzer Grenadier platoon, which means it's got a buttload of MG-34s. And it's got a bunch of machine guns, and then it's got some supernumerary riflemen whose basic job is carrying around the ammunition for the fellas that are firing the machine guns. There is a lot of firepower being walked up. But Vance and I got together, and his commander is Unterfeldwebel Luttmann. He's actually very popular with his men. He is a Sturmabteilungsmann, meaning he has a history with that. 27 years old, but he's a true bantam, sort of a lighter fella. He's also got Obergefreiter Steiner, a very appropriate name, 21 years old. Obergefreiter Keitel and Obergefreiter Zimmermann. And we'll see how they do. Facing him over here, scrolling across, we have Lieutenant Petrov. He's 27 years old, an average sort. But then there's this thing that happened when Command Tent and I got together. Apparently everybody in his platoon somehow used to be a mechanic. That appears to be the rule, because we have Sergeant Ivanov. He was a mechanic. We have Sergeant Bortnik. He was a mechanic. We have Sergeant Drozdov. Now he's the boring one. He's a tall and thin 29-year-old factory worker. And then we have Sergeant Sidrov. He was a mechanic. So those are the boys that
We're coming for your tanks, Vance. We're going to disable them. Field strip them.
That's actually what's going to happen, is that there's going to be some field stripping of tanks. And the field, as you can see, is really as plain can be. It's just rough terrain. This is obviously broken ground. The only restriction on movement from broken ground is you can't run through it. Everywhere else on the table you can run. We can talk about the consequences of running. But the light rough, the green stuff, that provides light cover to those inside it. There's really nothing else by the way of terrain. The first thing I'm going to have to ask Command Tent to do, he's got 3 markers. There they are. You'll notice I knocked them over. Why would I do that? You'll notice they are numbered, or they were when I first set them up. Why aren't they numbered? What's the matter with me? 1, 2, and 3. One of these represents this forward observer team back here. The other 2 are fakes. He's got to set them up somewhere in the rough. Now, Vance's primary mission is finding and killing that forward observer team. That's his main goal. Obviously, he wins if he breaks the morale. We'll talk about morale in a second. But that's the primary method of winning the game, is finding those guys. And that will have an effect later on in the campaign if that forward observer team is taken out. How does he find out which is which? He's got to get to within 12 inches. Now, the one thing I didn't say, and the thing I'm probably proudest of, and I know the guys know this because I won't stop talking about it, these guys are scaled at 1/32. These are the size of your plastic army men. So this table is not your standard 2 Fat Lardy's chain of command 4x6. It is in fact 12x8. All movements, all ranges, all distances are doubled. And that includes the range from which Vance can spot which one of these is the real one. So the other thing I have to do, and I can't believe I didn't handle this sucker before, so let me handle it real quick right now. Things is bloody complicated. Just need a 3. There we are. So what I'm going to ask Command Tent to do is, once he has placed with those 3 fellas, he is now. This is a hidey spot. Vance, can you please verify? You cannot see anything in the green hidey spot.
I do not currently see some. If you put, yeah. So as soon as you do that, I can't see it.
Good. That is the intent. CT, once you place those guys, I'm going to ask you to put the card that you want to be the correct FO sort of in this thing right here. And then I'll delete the other 2. All right.
These have to be within in rough or
Rough,
in the
exactly.
rough. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're gonna set those fellas up. So I'll let you do that. You can put them, like I say, anywhere in rough terrain. I'm gonna suggest you do what you can to keep them away from Vance, who wants to kill them. Vance is suggesting you can place them right there. This will be a much shorter game, a much shorter scenario. Holy cats. Red Sax, it is good to see you. Ian, it is good to hear you. Ian is hoping that Zimmerman does not send any telegrams. That's probably best. And if he does, don't tell the Americans.
Check in.
All right. So you want to...
How can you artillery me from way back?
He's forwardly observing you.
From
We
the
have
rear.
really good binoculars.
Yeah, they're I know you guys got Zeiss
Telescopic.
optical, but so you wanna pick one of those cards for me? I'll delete the other 2.
Yes, I am contemplating.
Oh, okay. You keep contemplating. Once we're done with that, the very next thing we got to do is roll for our setup. Now, the first big decision you all have to make under this scenario is each player is choosing whether they want to have 3 or 4 patrol markers. Now, that's an interesting tactical choice because of the way patrol markers work in chain of command. So I can see an advantage both ways. I'm not quite persuaded which is better in this situation. It'll be very interesting to see it evolve. But either way, your patrol markers, however, whether you want 3 or 4, are all set right here for Vance. We've got the Soviets. So you have selected. Thank you very much. Good. You're all set. Just to be double secret, we'll do that. All right, now, in this scenario, we're going to determine which sector you're going to start deploying from. You're both going to roll 1d6. I gotta set this up for Vance. You're both going to roll 1d6, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly for command tent, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so Vance, you're in the center. You're both in the center. This should be fun. Good. I'm gonna scooch these guys out of your way, Vance, because you're gonna want to deploy them a little later. Mm-hmm. So, for that, once that's done, we now have to roll for force morale. Now, one of the things that Vance has to advantage, even though his troops are not elite, they are sufficiently motivated that they roll for their command, they roll for their force morale as if they are elites. So they do get this nice +2 bonus on their dice for their force morale. So if you would both roll a 1d6, please. You get a 6. It's a 5. So that's not bad. Vance, you're going to start with a force morale of 11. Best
Sweet.
you can have. Best you can have. CT, you're going to start with a 10. Not bad at all. But because Vance, you're first, that means you go first. That means you start plotting first. You will remember the way this works. You're going to start with your first. Do you want 3 or 4 patrol markers, do you think?
I think I want 4.
All right. Well, we do know that halfway across the table is right about there. So why don't you put, you're starting from about this point. Because it's usually 12 inches, now it's 24 inches. So show me, you measure your next patrol marker 24 inches away from that spot. All right. CT, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to start here dead center. Take one of them fellers and move it 24 inches onto the table. Remember that if you come to within 24 inches of any other marker of your opponent, both those 2 markers get locked in place. So Vance, that marker stays right where it is. Grab another one of these markers and put it 24 inches away from that marker. Center to center.
Oops. From this marker.
Correct.
Okay.
It sort of works like a snake. It's got to stay together. And if you want to put a mark somewhere and I can put it underneath it if you'd rather, we can do that too.
All right, let me do that.
All right.
4 should put me right.
That work?
Yep.
All right. CT, why don't you do the same thing? Okay, Vance, why don't you show me 24 inches off that marker, if you would, please? I'm just seeing where CT's advancing to. Yep, he's got to back up. Oh, he's going to avoid you. Okay. Very good. There it is. All right. Vance, it's your turn to place your next marker. These your fellas feeling their way towards each other.
I can go up to 24, right?
Correct. You don't have to go 24.
Right there.
We're about there?
Yep. Yep.
So CT, this is your third one. Yeah, you're going to have to... What's... I've never seen people fight quite that way. That's funny. Did I get it right? I think I did.
The dance of the colored fingers on the board.
Yeah, the dance of the colored. Well, it's pretty credible, right? I mean, that's what I can imagine happening. You guys poking at each other. All right, Vance, you got one more mark. This is your fourth marker, so from now on, you'd have to move another one from this line and still keep the snake intact, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Right here.
Right in those weeds, huh? All right. I imagine you want one more, right, CT? Your fourth? All right. Just want to be sure these guys are feeling. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Here we go again.
Push, 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 push.
All right. Good enough. All right, so Vance.
That's 24. That's 24.
Is it? Scooch it out. Scooch it out.
Okay.
Don't get it there. Okay.
There you go.
All right, Vance and CT, you have both placed all four, so you've got to keep these guys within 20. Nobody can be outside of 24 inches of at least one in the line. You got to keep a chain. So, which one of these would you want to move?
Let's move this guy.
Okay.
Am I trying to trigger him or not?
Well, it's just when you think you're in a good enough position to start deploying your men, that's when you want to lock him down. If you're comfortable with where your guys are going to be, if you're far enough forward, if you're far enough on a flank, if you think you've got enough depth, whatever you think gives you the advantage, that's when you want CT to stop being able to move around.
Right. What there?
Is that going to lock him?
Oh,
I think it is.
Yeah.
All right, so this one and this one are now locked. So CT, you can move any one of these three.
You can move this one.
All right.
How far?
As soon as you get to within 24 inches of any of his, you stop.
All right. If you give me 24, Vance, I'll move it right to it.
Oh, that's there it is. Okay. So now this one is locked, this one is locked, this one is locked. Vance, you've got the two on your extremes that you can still move.
Perfect. So we'll move this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll move him right here.
All right, obviously that's going to lock him. Okay. And that's going to lock him.
So these three and these two.
Yeah. These, so you've got this guy still free, and CT, you've got these two free. So your move, CT.
Let's move this guy up to the 24, which won't be far.
All right. It's almost nothing at all. Back it up. Holy cow. There it is. All right, that locks these two. So, and now that Vance is entirely locked, that ends the patrol phase.
Okay.
All right, Vance, you were first because you had the higher force morale. You, therefore, will place the first marker. The way this works, CT, will you please assist me in drawing lines? Vance, you may pick any of your patrol markers. You have 3 jump-off points, so you can only assess 3 of these. What we're going to do is we're going to draw an intersecting line between the two. So, let's say you picked this one.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to take the nearest 2 patrol markers. So it'll be this one and this one. You are going to have to pick a point back here.
Okay.
Pretty much it's going to have to be almost to your baseline, to be honest. Because you've got to be behind cover. You must pick a spot behind cover. This guy is probably going to be too far. This fella probably would get away with sticking the guys here in the hedge if you were to evaluate them. But this fella, it's got to be further behind. It's got to be 12 inches on the double scale behind. So yeah, that's not good. Oh, that actually might work. Because you don't get cover from being behind this, you get cover from being in it.
Ah, okay. I see what you're saying. All right. Well, let's try this guy to start with.
All right. Ooh, who are the two nearest? That one's 21.5. All right, so it's these two. So
It's these
CT,
two.
would you give me the other intersecting line, please? Hold it there. Run it right through there. And so it's got to be 12 inches behind that.
Okay. Just gonna drop that there.
That's a nice forward spot for you.
Right there.
Good deal.
Okay.
All right. CT, which one do you want to do?
Let's see.
So the
Let's
Germans
try.
I guess I didn't realize how much the Germans had pushed up, but holy cow, is this different from the test game Velker and I played? Okay. Okay. So the two closest are going to be these two. So Vance and I will draw. And you're going to have to be back in those. You can be back behind those weeds right there. Yep. Yeah, right in there. That's good. That should be 12. Yep. Perfect. All right, Vance, what's your next one?
Could I be in those weeds?
Yeah,
That's 12
yes,
inches
absolutely.
behind.
Yes, it's actually best that you're in them.
Okay.
You have to be in cover.
All right. This guy.
Big shaggy green stuff. Yeah. Hey, and just by the way, in case anybody's criticizing, those playing this know this. That's the map from the book, so take that, okay? I did exactly what I was told for a change. All right, so you did this one and this one. No doubt about that.
So 12 back of this. Should be right about there.
All right, we got a marker for you. Just keep pinging up
Yep.
right there.
I got it.
Oh, you
I
did?
got
Cool.
it.
Got
On
it. Got
On
it. CT, where do you want your next one? All right. It's a broader angle on this one.
Whoop, whoop.
Steady on, soldier. All right, yeah, you got a bunch of places you can put that fella. We gotta intersect it. Sorry. Yeah, it's gonna have to be in those. It can be in those bushes over there. Oh, it's so crazy. It's just. I'm just remarking on how different it is from the game that Velker and I played. That's really. I love that. I love this. Same board, same scenario, totally different setup. And your last one, Vance.
So I've done this guy and this guy, right?
Yep, correct.
Yeah. Well, let's do this one. See
All
how
right.
that ends up.
CT, if you do the honors, please. Nope, it's the other one. So you're behind that rough way back there for that one.
Oh, it's not way back.
No, I guess not. Not so bad at all.
Good thing I pre-plotted all my artillery right in that one section of rough.
Yes, that's what you did. I know. And CT, where's your last one?
This one I don't think I can get cover if I do use that one, so I
Right,
gotta
you
use
have to
this
be.
one over
You'd
here,
be back on the. You'd be if you don't have cover, you have to go to the board edge.
Yep.
So you want to do
Let's
that
do
one?
this one that can get me cover.
All right, that's fair. We call this hiding in the weeds, is what we do. All right, cool. So, you've got your stuff there. Good. And this is a Patrol marker, patrol marker, patrol marker, patrol marker. So we see our jump offs. 1, 2, and Vance, where's your third?
They're all right here.
Oh, there they are. Yeah, they are kind of right on top of each other. You're a little more spread out, CT. You got a little more choices that way. 1, 2, and 3, and then you've got your stuff up. All right, cool. So there's that setup. Now, as if the German Wehrmacht in 1942 needed a break, they do get a break. You see these 4 dice, Vance?
Yes.
Those are symbolic. You have the advantage. You're the attacker. So anytime you roll your command dice, you may choose to use one of these, and instead of rolling your usual 5 command dice, you may say, I'm throwing in one of these, and you may roll 6.
Okay.
Casualties matter. They're going to carry over. So fighting to the last man, I'll let you be the judge, could be an astonishingly bad idea. Okay? There are rules for how we calculate that out. One other thing to consider is your lines of retreat. You may at any time say, I am withdrawing from the board. To do that, you have to be able to trace a clear line from one of these jump-off points to the edge of the board.
Okay.
All right? You got to keep the naughty other side away from your guys, from your jump-off points. In addition, pinned guys don't automatically get to leave. Okay, so they could encounter some other difficulties. Let me clear this chain of command die because nobody's got any chain of command points to do their magic die with. And you are the attacker, Vance, so why don't you roll your chain of command dice? Questions about rules or interpretations are welcome.
Yeah, so this little gray box over here is answering my question.
I don't know what that gray box is, but I'm glad it is answering your question.
This invisible box over here in the corner?
Oh, yes. That's where it is.
Okay. I was curious where they were.
Yeah. That's that, and he, too, may have unpleasant surprises for you over here.
Yes. I noticed his hidey box is much larger than mine.
It is. It's he has a very large hidey box. He's known that since childhood.
So do the unpleasant surprises come in when you
deploy them
using
to the table?
The dice?
Right.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so I'm rolling 5 dice, you said?
Correct, unless you wish to use one of your 4 bonus, but your basic is 5. Yep.
I'm not using one of my 4 bonus right now.
All right, and for CT's benefit as much as anything else, we'll walk down through this. The 5 means that Vance receives a point on his chain of command die. Hooray for Vance. That's not utterly without use. So he has started his chain of command die. These are senior leaders. There is a real risk in bringing on a senior leader anytime early. Yes, he can bring on anybody you like, but A, it puts him on the table to be shot at. B, anybody that he then tries to come on his activations or on any of those activations may be delayed because he ideally is the guy in the back shoving everybody forward. So it's always a trick when you bring your senior leaders on. These are junior leaders who come on with their teams. They can deploy from within the range of their jump-off points, and they may shoot on the turn they arrive. Because they are coming on under the orders of their junior leader, they may be placed on Overwatch, which means that if somebody drifts out into their line of sight, once that person is allowed to activate, they then immediately get to activate out of turn.
Right. So we will use a 3.
And who will you bring? Who will you bring to the party, Vance?
Zimmerman.
Well, once again, I'm sure Ian will ask, is he bringing a telegram with him?
And so I get to bring on his whole squad, right?
His squad, correct. And you pick one of those jump-off markers.
Yeah. And I can place them.
It is we deploy to within. Your guys are regular troops. They deploy within 12 inches. 12 inches. That means everybody has to be within those 12 inches.
All right. So we'll start with this jump off point.
All right.
And we're going to
Hey, John Stanley.
bring these guys up here.
You were not, in fact, going to say it again? Okay, well, I was just checking.
And 12 inches is right to the edge of here almost. Does facing matter?
It does. Slightly. I mean, it's not that big a deal, but it does. Just keep them facing roughly the right way. This ain't Napoleonics.
You said that, not me.
I know. I promised you a little bit of diesel. You don't get any this time, but... Well, maybe. You don't know what he's got in the green box.
There.
I hear the T-34s are lovely this year.
Yes. So 12, roughly there. Oops, I need to change my number. There we go. These two Zots. And the big guy himself will stand right there.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Okay. So that's them. And they're on Overwatch.
All right, and the
You
way
said I
that
could
works
bring them
is
on Overwatch.
every activation allows you to place one of the teams on Overwatch. You have two teams here. These guys and these guys. Who do you want? Because you spent
Yes.
one activation
Yep.
dragging them out there. And now you can put one of them on Overwatch. Which one would you like that to be?
These gentlemen here.
All right, they're Overwatching. Very good. That is a 3.
Yep. So my second 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring on Steiner's men
Okay.
from this jump off point.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking, yeah, that's good.
If you're lucky, you might get a T-35, also known as a Russian land battleship.
And so it's 12 is this arc. There.
Very pleased with the way the grass worked out. I took forever trying to pick out a rough terrain that I liked. I even went
It's
in
like
and
choosing carpet, right?
right, and I had to go in. I even colored it a little bit. So
These Gomers are gonna go
I'll tell him you said that.
here. Still be close enough. My boy Steiner, right back extolling them to great virtue.
Who's gonna Overwatch?
These gentlemen over here.
All right. They are watching over.
Now, with my senior leader,
Mm.
he can activate somebody on, right?
He can bring somebody with him. Yeah, he can bring somebody with him.
Oh,
But then he's out there.
okay. So he doesn't yell at somebody to get on the board.
No. That's you putting him on the table.
Right. Right. Yeah, so then we shall stop it there, I guess.
Okay. All right.
So I have
That's it.
no other senior leader commands, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Senior leaders in general are best preserved for when you've really got the battlefield developed, and you want to
Yep.
start, taking shock off and stuff like that.
Yep.
All right. So let's have a let's have a look from the Soviet side of the battlefield. 5 dice, please, for your chain of command. Oh, that's not bad at all.
2 5s. Nice.
It's two on the magic dice of chain of command. I'll put that right there. Give that a 2. Excellent. So that gives you a junior leader, a squad or team. We say squad or section, and 1 team. Now, your folks don't divide up none of these guys divide up into teams that way. You don't have the capacity to break them off. The Americans by 44 have the ability to form scout teams and things like that. But your guys come in these big chunky squad. So that's what you're deploying.
All right.
So he can't use a 1 or a 2 for that, though, right?
He can use a 2. He just then can't
Okay.
use he basically, based on this hand, gets these 2 and has the ability to deploy a junior leader and have that junior leader deploy them on Overwatch. And then he has the ability to deploy another squad, and that's all. They can go out and shoot, but that's all they can do. They can't go on Overwatch or anything like that.
Right.
All right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Reading through the rules, I could add that 1 and 2 together to get a 3
That's
and activate a
correct.
junior
Exactly.
leader, right?
Yes. So that could
Okay.
become you could get out of that 1 + 2 equals junior leader. Yes, that's correct.
I think
Oh, sure. He's read the rules.
I skimmed them very briefly. They sat on my shelf for like 2 years collecting dust. I was so
now.
excited to break them out. All right.
Now we're having T-35 talk. Excellent.
Yes. If 1 turn is good, 3 is better.
And obviously, your supports can come out with the squads if you wish.
Yes, I would like my let's get Bortnik in the fight here
All right.
with his boys, and I would like to bring out my super secret special stuff.
So why don't you bring out your support and place that, because it's built for 1 section. Oh, let me move that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Dun 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 dun.
The whole thing needs to be within the 12?
Correct. Any unit you deploy has to be within that 12 inches.
An entrenchment.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken.
Oh, there we go.
Now that's going to be a stand-up fight.
Whenever you're set, I'll lock it. Is that good? And remember, the
Yeah, I
guys
believe
are gonna,
so.
yeah, the guys you're gonna get a little bit this because that's like, it's got a certain thickness.
Right. And that raises me to what kind of cover again?
Hard cover.
Okay. Very good.
Sorry.
Whoa!
Yeah. I try never to do that. Did it all come back correctly or no? Nope.
Nope. Back more.
Better now?
That's better. Yep.
There we go. So you can now you deploy Bortnik into this.
All right.
And Vance has already anticipated something. You can't combat and fire in chain of command is man by man. You can't shoot through your own guys. So like these guys, they're all got a nice clean line of fire around each other.
So I can turn Borknik into Borscht.
Well, you can certainly give it a try because he's gonna get to shoot at you first, but then you get to shoot back.
Oh, I'm on Overwatch though.
That he gets to go. Because remember, this is his phase. You're interrupting his phase.
Yeah, interrupting.
He gets to do other things after.
Every other. Okay, I'll stop now.
And you do have to make sure when you're lining these guys up that they got a line of sight. The helpers, particularly, you're going to want to put to the back. Like
Gotcha, because they don't shoot.
Right. So like that. You want your firers.
So you have close and effective ranges marked on the dudes.
Yes.
Is that already doubled?
No.
Or are we taking double that?
Double that.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I would then like to commence with the gunfire.
All right. So I imagine you're going to want to take shots over here at Zimmerman's squad, which let me get rid of this. That's nonsense. All right. So
Yes.
you are that is not. Well, what's the range there? Anybody?
20, 30 some odd.
Did I do that right?
So that's close.
Am I wrong? Give me one quick second. Holy cats. Yeah, that's right. I did not double them. I didn't think I had, but I just... Once again, Velker started way back here. Yeah, you came up and decided to start shooting at close range. Holy... How did he not see you? Anyway, or maybe they just hid that whole time. But anyway, so what we're going to do here, and this is again for CT's benefit as much as anything, the riflemen are 1 each. The firepower of the LMG is 6 at this close range. So it's 1, 7, 8, 14, 15, 16. You're going to be rolling 16 dice because it's close range. Go ahead.
Sorry, at this team or at this entire squad?
It's at this entire... These guys are within 4... Great question. They're within 4 inches of each other. It's going to spread out over the whole thing.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're going to split it. You are in cover, so you're going to be splitting any oddses, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
You may remember that from... they do the exact same thing in sharp practice.
Yep.
So the target... It's interesting. One of the things that is very different about Chain of Command, it's the target quality that actually matters as to whether or not you can hit them. The idea being special troops are harder to hit. They make themselves harder to hit.
Right.
You are regular, both of you are average troops. So at close range, this is the we said, I believe we said it was 16 dice, correct?
16.
16
Yep.
for 4, 5, 6. Never count that fast enough.
3, 4, 5,
8.
6, 7, 8.
8.
Yep.
So
8.
it's 4 and 4.
That's what I get.
So it's an even split between this team and this team. So Vance, if you would roll 4 and 4, it's 4, 5 shocks, 6 kills because you are in light cover.
Can you clear the dice real quick?
Sure thing. Did they not? Oh, that's right. I had that. Sorry. Vance, let me come down and do that for you too. I may have to.
Oh, mine work. Oh, no, they don't. Oh, yeah, because you reset the joke board.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 4 dice and 4 dice.
Mm-hmm. So it's 4 or 5 shocks, 6 kills.
So this group here.
You got it.
Oop, 6 kill, 1. A shock.
1 kill and 1 shock. And now we go over to the other side. Same deal.
good grief.
Ooh. Okay, that is 3 kills. You got to roll 1d6 to see if they got Zimmerman. If 3 or less, they've hit Zimmerman. They have not. But you do have to peel off 3 deads.
Yeah, so that's
2 there.
1.
It's 2 here. So it's probably going to have
Sounds
to
like 3 bullets stopping riflemen to me.
It's just 3. Wait,
Sorry.
3 total?
Mm-hmm. You had 1
Well, I
dead.
don't want to split up my team.
You had 1 dead here, and you had 2 dead here.
Oh, so I have to take off 2 here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. That's why I was grabbing this dude.
Yeah, which will mess up my machine gun.
It does not. Your machine gun does not get messed up till it goes down to 1.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, it's got to be him then.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy.
Now I'm taking these guys. I'm gonna put them back in the dead pile because they might come back. You never know. I'm actually surprised Zimmerman didn't catch that bullet. All right.
Mhm.
So it's a little bit of shock, but now you get to return that fire.
With just
Nope. Oh yeah, just the Overwatch group. So
Yep.
that's them. So that's a total of you're at close range. 8 dice for 4, 5, 6. Five hits.
5 hits.
All right. Now here's the other problem being the Russians. This is all one team. So you can look at that as a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know what you want to do. But you are under hard cover, so that's 5 hits, 5 shocks, 6 kills.
One shock.
Pulled out a shock. Okay. Okay. You may continue. Now you remember you had another 3. Or a 2 and a 1,
Correct.
depending how you wanted to do it.
Correct. Let's go ahead and bring out Ivanov and special number 2.
All right.
Are the entrenchments directional?
Absolutely. Yes. They're essentially a ditch or a bag or anything like that, so you get behind it.
Yep, that's what I was asking. Yeah.
Hey, Tuna. Vive la France. You cannot form square. There are no MiGs. And the Germans do not get 81mm mortars. I don't think they had 81mm mortars.
But do I get Cossacks?
You never know.
The Germans had 81mm mortars.
That big? Really? That I didn't know. Yeesh.
81 millimeters is not very big.
Oh, right. What am I thinking? Okay, yeah. I had to think for a second. You know what?
You're thinking about an 8-centimeter mortar?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. like what is that? A naval gun?
Actually, it's the same size. 81 centimeters is huge.
All right, and then I would like to shoot.
I figured you did. I think that's gonna be that same number, right?
Oh, it's still underneath. It's 31, 35.
But it's a range band thing.
Not everybody.
Yeah, so
right?
not everybody's gonna be at that same range.
I think everybody but this last.
This other team, because they are still within 4 inches, this other team is going to be at the next range band over. So
Okay.
when we split up the hits, they wind up getting a higher level of cover, is the deal. So, what was that?
Should be 16 again.
16.
16, yeah. 16 for 4, 5, 6.
Good gravy.
Holy cow.
You set foot in the motherland, you get kicked by the mother, I guess.
Oh my God, really? 13?
13, yeah. You can split them up how you want. Obviously, you want that 7 to go over here. That 7 to go over here. At the far one that's got the more cover.
Are you guys still there? I lost.
I'm right
sound.
here. You got me?
Okay.
Yeah, we're here.
Yep.
So yeah, you got 7 and 6. I assume you want to put 7 on the ones that have more cover. Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
Vance.
Me or CT?
To you, Vance. It's up to you, because you've got the cover.
Oh, it's up to me.
Yeah, you've got the cover.
Then yes. Yeah.
All right, so you want to do the 7 to the 6.
Do the 6.
All right. 4 or 5 shock, 6 kills.
Or shock.
Okay. And now over here, 5 shock, 6 kills, but that's 7 dice.
1 kill.
Wow. That's wow. That was some good rolling right there, my friend. We got to do.
Not for me, it's not.
Well, true, but we do want to check here. You got to roll 1 die to see if Zimmerman caught that 1 bullet.
Nope.
He didn't, but that does take down your.
Shatters my machine gun.
Yeah, well, it doesn't shatter it, but it does drop it down to 3. Drop it 3 FP. Now, one thing you'll note here: you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys and 5 shock, but Zimmerman is here, so they're not pinned yet. Otherwise, this team would.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other thing is this whole group is together. So you've got 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so you're fine. You're not fine, but you're not. You're not as bad off as you would be if you were pinned out in the weeds out here. Okay. That's the shot.
Yeah, somewhere I hear Dalinor screaming at the YouTube why I can't have these rolls when we play Napoleonics.
Really?
That's a fact. So that's it for you, right, CT?
Yes,
That's
I used
what
all
you
the
had,
dice.
yeah. All right, Vance, you're up. And remember, you do have these 4 dice should you wish them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll throw
So-
one in this turn.
Okay.
So the phases, I forget, they go back and forth unless 6s are rolled?
They go back and forth unless 3 6s are rolled. 3
Okay.
6s ends a turn. Also, it's one of the things you can do with a full chain of command die is end the turn. So Vance is
Okay,
rolling.
so yeah, I coughed one of those up, so 6 dice.
Yep. All right, the 6 is even. That's 1 chain of command. 1 chain of command, 2 senior leaders, a junior leader, and a team. You have your chain of command die.
I have my chain of command die.
I bumped it to 2, I should say.
So the 6 means nothing?
Correct. A single 6 is pretty well useless.
Okay, because it just says special on the card.
Yeah, it is if you get more than one. Although,
Okay.
wait a minute. Does that apply to this scenario? You Germans are
Yeah, I
very...
thought that messed with the phase sequence, but I could be completely
No,
wrong.
it does. No, it does if there are more than one. The one thing is because you have extra quality here, Vance, that actually acts unusually as a chain of command die for you. So that's a chain of command point. But 1/6 is, we affectionately call it a wasted die, by and
Okay.
large.
All right. So we'll use the 3
Okay.
to bring on Keitel's team,
All right.
and we'll bring them on here, I guess, because these guys need some help.
Okay.
So 12. I can still stay in this bush.
Still saying Zavids.
So we will take this team. And we will take these guys.
Nick, no making fun out in the chat, okay? Metric system sucks. I don't like it. Don't tease.
Metro 6 is where it's at, man.
Based on an arbitrary division of an incorrect measurement of the Earth's, not the equator, the Earth's axis.
Yeah, and the inch is based on some king's thumb. Like,
Your point being what?
just as arbitrary. Arbitrary.
Are you drinking?
I wish. Oh, they're over here. There. Stand behind them. Very good, officer.
Don't you dare salute me now.
My 1, it lets me activate a team.
Well, time out. I'm assuming you want these guys to shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when they arrive, they shoot. I can't believe you
Oh,
don't.
good.
So we got 1. What's the range over there? Ooh, that's in
It's
36.
It's about 36, yeah.
So that's close range. 1. I counted this the other day. 8. So 9. 10. 18. 19. Yeah, it's 19 dice for 4, 5, 6.
So how did you do that again?
It is
So it's
1
8.
for the rifleman get 1.
Yep,
8 for the MG with the whole 3, right? So it's 1.
Okay.
And then these two together for 8.
9.
That's 9. 10 for this rifleman.
10.
18.
11. Yep.
And then
Yep.
19. 19 for 4, 5, 6 on the boys in Ivanov's group, I think.
Yeah, whoever that is.
These dudes in the rough.
Squillions.
Squillions.
3, 6, 9.
All right, you are in cover, so you... Oh, that's right. This is a team. You don't get to break it up. 9 dice, 5 shocks, 6 kills.
Ouch.
Shock.
You're dead in a
kills.
shock.
Roll 1d6 to see if it might be Ivanov. It is not, so you got to take off 2 deads.
All right, with my LMG crew, if I use those other guys, they lose effectiveness, correct?
Correct. If you
They're
take
helpers?
off the ammo bearers, they drop 2 FP automatically. All right. You will die bravely. You will earn the Order of Stalin for this.
You will be replaced quickly with other peasants.
That's alternatively. All right, so that's your 3.
Oh, we said that out loud? Ignore it. Ignore the man behind the curtain.
That is not what the NKVD officer said.
Hmm. All right, so now I can bring up my team.
Yes, you may. You may bring out your very special surprise. He has one of my favorite named units in all of warfare, at least World War II.
Panzerknacker.
Panzerknackers. They
That
have an,
looks like
so-
a big gun.
it's actually just an LMG. It's actually
Yep.
a fairly light LMG. But he also has smoke grenades.
Yes, so we're going to bring them from this jump off point here. Oops, not all. Come here. Mr. Panzerknacker team.
See, it's a fun word to say. Admit it.
Oh, it is. I love it.
Hey, how's your Panzerknacker? Hey!
Hey, now. Just rotate him a bit that way. Now, they don't get to shoot, right? Or do they?
Yeah, sure they do.
Okay.
You only you've got what? 2 riflemen and the LMG. Yeah,
LMG.
that's right. So,
So it's
6, 7,
that's
8.
8.
8.
But
Mm.
wait. Hold
Wait,
on.
what? What? What's going on?
I think I want to throw some smoke.
All right, they can do that too. That would take them out of their action. We can certainly do that.
That would take them out of their action.
That takes
They
out
couldn't
the
shoot
one
as
with the
well,
guy. The one. The
Yep.
They've got. I think they've got what? Yeah, they've got 3 smoke grenades. So that would take whichever one chucks it out of being able to shoot.
Right. Now,
Which is
what
fine.
does smoke blocking or just
Yes.
degrading?
Oh yes, it's blocking.
Blocking. Well, then
Pretty sure. Let me. Now you ask me the hard question that I wasn't prepared for.
always. See, I know. Keep you on your toes.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Deployed smoke. Yeah, smoke grenades. There we go. No, not
1d6 or 2d6.
That's you choosing how far you want to try to throw it.
Ah, okay.
No troops may target an enemy through or over smoke.
Okay.
Didn't say anything about under smoke.
Yes.
Come up out of the ground.
Got tunnelers, do you?
We got sappers.
Oh, got it.
We're coming at you.
And obviously you're going to double the dice, whatever the result is.
Right. All right. I'm going to double the dice. Best I can get is there. All right. So this dude gonna lob a smoke grenade. 2d6.
All right, chuck it. Whip it. Whip it good.
How big is smoke?
6 inches. I forgot to bring my smoke with me.
So 14
Correct.
from him. I would like it to go right there.
Yes, smoke chuck and W. There's a really nice smoke thing too that I'm really upset I didn't bring.
You see that?
Yeah, just give me a second. I gotta make it the right size.
Yep.
There we go. Want it right there. Shift it if you want. I mean, it's fair. All right.
Yeah. Right there.
All right. There's smoke there now.
And then the other 7 points is going to shoot at that bunker.
Do it. 4, 5, 6.
Would the size of his smoke double?
It did. It's usually 3.
Oh, it did? Okay. Oh, okay.
So 7 points, right?
Spoken like a
6
gentleman.
for the machine gun.
Yep, 6 for the machine gun, 1 for the spare rifleman that didn't chuck a smoke
Extra
grenade.
dude. Two hits.
Two hits, 5 shock, 6 kills.
There we go. Got a shotgun there.
There we go. Comrade, why does he throw a smoke grenade?
And then
What?
I had I had 2 4s left,
You did.
which means Lutman can come on.
Oh, handsome.
Now, if he wants to start reducing shock, he's got to be attached. Is that what
Nope,
it is?
he has to. That's
Nope.
that's the thing. It's if you take a look, it's actually this is a very nice table, I think. You may rally 1 shock from an enemy in his command range that is not in the LOS of the enemy. Well, that doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
Or rally 1 shock from a team to which he is attached.
Right. Well, for now, we were just going to come on here.
Mm-hmm. And he can yell to any of these guys in his command range and say, "Hey, dummies, shoot."
Do something.
These guys have
Even
obviously
people
done.
that have shot?
No.
Like, okay,
But-
these guys have shot.
Yeah, those guys have shot, but these guys, not so much.
That smoke is not really doing what I wanted to do.
Is it any comfort that you have 2 more grenades?
No.
Okay.
How long does smoke last?
Till the end of the turn.
Of a turn. Yep.
I'm killing myself for not bringing the smoke.
All right. So these guys, Lutman's going to yell at what's left of Zimmerman's men
Mm-hmm.
to shoot at the bunker. This bunker.
Yeah, he's going to yell at this squad over here. Do that thing over there. Just want to make sure that... It's funny. Yeah, because he's a senior leader, which means he's got 3 shouts, basically, right? He's got
Okay.
3 shouts. Yeah, 1 team or section to fire. Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, 1 team.
Or
That's
section.
half of this.
Or section. This is a section. So he can
That's
he
fine.
can he
Okay.
can make the whole bunch go. Yeah, they use the
Okay.
word squad and section interchangeably.
Okay.
So it's this whole.
So that's not these guys. That's not these guys.
Oh,
That's my Panzer knocker.
oh,
team.
those are the knockers. Yeah,
Starts
yeah,
at here. Starts at this
Got
guy
it.
here.
So Zimmerman's boys, they've got how much? Oh, they've got a boat ton of shock. So that's going to cost them.
We got 6 shock.
That's going to cost him 3 dice.
Really?
Yep, it's half. So it's still, but he's still at full strength. So 8. This one is not. It's down to 5. So it's 13.
This guy.
He's with them.
14.
Sorry. 14.
That's it.
14 minus 3. 11. 11 for 4, 5, 6.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
So that's 7.
7. 7. 5 shock, 6 kills. Man, the Soviets are simple. Holy cow. Uh-oh.
There we
Uh-oh.
boy.
go.
Oh
Uh-oh.
boy.
That's
Three kills and a shock.
3 dead and a shock. Well, we get the shock right there. Roll 1d6 to find out if Bortnik caught it.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Bortnik, you living fool, you. 3 guys off.
Sturdy mechanic. 3
Yeah,
guys, huh?
Bortnik is actually he's too smart. How old is he? Bortnik has been around the block a few times.
27?
He's 27. That's an old man in this war.
Yep.
So you probably don't want to take him down because he's. Oh no, that is a rifleman. Never mind.
Yep.
So how many guys you got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That was some good shooting there, Tex. All right.
Yeah, that worked out well.
What else?
So we can yell at these guys to into action. Is that right?
Yep. Sure can.
That'd be a long range shot or a regular shot, effective range.
So it's I will share, and I did share. I want the record to reflect. I did share with the group that casualties count, but David Pumphouse says from the Peanut Gallery, I think someone needs to maybe remind them that 5 casualties in a scenario is counted as heavy and comes with a morale penalty for the next game. From a guy who often loses 20 plus in his games, this is a real bummer.
Yeah, so Lipman's gonna yell at Steiner to get his guns pointed at the Bolsheviks over here.
Okay, yeah, those guys over here.
Can they move and shoot?
These guys can. Yes, you can. It just is at half effect at that point.
It's at half effect.
Mm-hmm. For these 2 guys, it would be really for this guy and this guy. These other guys are fine. And truthfully, more for these guys, it's to get them from shooting their own guys.
Their own guys, yeah. But you know what? Put that Overwatch back on. I want to leave them on Overwatch. I want to put the other team on Overwatch as well.
Okay. That's legit. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, only this guy can put them on Overwatch. He can't.
All right. Well, leave that team on Overwatch, and this team will shoot at the bunker.
Well, I take that back. I must be wrong. Activate and place a single team on Overwatch. Yeah, no, it's there. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Yep, good.
So,
put them on Overwatch.
All right.
Yep.
So,
and I think I've run out of things to do.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure.
What's the field of fire for Overwatch?
What's that?
What's the field of fire for Overwatch?
It's pretty much anybody that they can legit. You look at the FIG and you see what they're looking at. So these guys over here are going to see. It's pretty generous. These guys are going to see.
They're looking over here.
Over here. The only thing they're not going to be able to see is, and it's this guy is kind of a neat marker as to really past there. They're not going to see anything. These guys, on the other hand, over here are going to see it all the way to there. They're going to see all the way to there. It's really more about not shooting your own dudes.
Yep.
Cool.
So that's it for me. It's up to you, CT.
CT, hit it. 5 deaths. Nothing.
5s.
2 chain of command, a senior and a junior. So your chain of command is at 4.
All right. All right, you guys still there?
I'm
I
right
think
here.
my
Mhm.
mic cut out. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
I just had one more question on that 6.
Uh-huh.
On the chart, it says 1/6 is passing the initiative.
What
What
that
do you mean
means
by
is
that?
it's going to pass to Vance.
Okay.
Because you only rolled 1, the next phase is Vance.
Okay, so he rolled 1, it would have passed to me, but I rolled 1, so it passes back.
It's anytime you roll 1, the other player is going to get to do the next phase. If you roll 2,
I gotcha.
if you roll 2, you keep it.
Okay.
2 sixes is immensely powerful.
That is what I missed. Thank you.
How many Bolsheviks are we down? 5?
I count 5.
Well, those are the forward observers. But these two
Oh yeah,
guys over
3.
here.
3. Yeah, let me. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I think it's 5 total.
You are correct. 2 Ivanov, 3 Bortnik.
And you said you can bring dead dudes back?
There will be in the next scenario, you have to do a triage as to how many are
Yep.
dead, how many are merely wounded and are back at the aid station and are coming back in the next scenario, and how many are ready for action.
Okay.
And we have to...
Oh, you cut out. You have to...
Oh, sorry. We have to balance how long we stick it out, or when we
exactly.
pull back, huh?
I mean, that's exactly the choice you're both. You're both making the choice. How far does he push? What will he do? And you're making the decision how long you defend and how much you want to try to keep wherever that forward observer is. You're trying to protect him.
Gotcha.
Because as I think I've told you both, this is potentially a 10 battle campaign. So.
Right.
All right, I'm going to use my 3 to activate Bortnik and have him fire.
Okay, now
what's
one
left of his
one
squad.
thing, yeah, what Bortnik can do, because he's Bortnik and he's attached, he can drop 1 shock off them and have them fire.
Okay, yeah, let's do that then.
So you're saying, hey, fellas, straighten up, fly right, and then shoot into those weeds over there.
Oh yeah, it's Zimmerman. What's
Yeah.
left of him?
Yep, shooting at Zimmerman. So we look at, speaking of what's left of, 12, 13. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do my Panzerknackers get lumped in with them because they're...
Ooh. Yeah,
Kind of in with
your
the big four?
Panzerknackers are going to share love.
Okay.
There's going to be some splitting up there. So it's going to be 3 actually. 13 dice. 4, 4, 5, 6.
Oh my goodness. What's this guy roll?
That's 6. That's
6.
That's actually less than average.
6.
Little less anyway. So 6.
Little less.
So it's 3. So it's 2, 2, 2.
2, 2, 2.
2, 2, 2. You call it any way you want, Vance.
So 2 on the knackers.
2 on the knackers.
I think they're out of range, or out of a close range.
Are they? Let's have a look.
I think so.
36 is a long way.
No, they're in.
Oh,
Yep.
never mind then.
Yep. They unfortunately get full effect. Spoken like a gentleman.
So 2 on the knackers.
Yeah, 2 dice, 4 or 5 shock, 6 kills.
Oh, for God's sake.
Dude.
Maybe they're a little bit more knackered than they should be.
They are.
Hey-oh. And that's got to come out of them because they don't got no leaders.
He's dead.
All right, so that's 1 dude. And now we come over to Zimmerman in the middle. 4 or 5 shock, 6 kills.
Come on.
Oh, brutal. We're gonna have to check for Zimmerman after we roll for these guys. Same deal.
Yep. 2 shock.
All right, that could be a problem. We'll see. That's nothing there. 1 die
One
for
kill?
Zimmerman to see if it was him.
It was not.
It was not. So you got to take. I imagine you're gonna take your. Oh, you've got 1 more rifleman for Zimmerman to give,
Yep,
right?
he goes. Rifleman goes.
Mm-hmm. Where did I put your dad? There they are. That's 4
Yep,
for you.
this guy goes. 5, actually.
5. Okay. One off the Panzerknacker. Yeah. Now, so you've got a total of 8 shock.
On 5 guys.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because Zimmerman does count, but that's a
Okay.
pin. That means you're pinned, which means you
Okay.
cannot move.
I cannot move.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I can shoot?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Why am I doing it? That's not what I wanted. The key with pinning is if you can get that shock off of them at the end of a turn, the pin can be lifted.
Okay.
Now, these guys also now count as having hard cover because they are now just their head is so far down
They're scrabbling for the ground, yeah.
that they can't see daylight. So they've just gone to hard cover. So, you know. All right, so that was that. CT, what else did you have?
I think I had a senior leader, and
Yep.
I'm not going to bring him on.
All right.
So I am done.
You're not gonna.
Okay.
Vance, how you feeling
Throw
about
another
this?
one of them die in there.
I was gonna say, you're gonna toss another one into the mix.
Yep. 6 dice. 2 5s. A 4, a 3, and a 1.
Ooh, 2 5s. Uh-oh, that's 5 on that chain of command dice. Getting there for sure. So a senior leader and potentially 2. Well, that's a team. So you could order the Panzerknackers, or you could combine it to make it a junior leader. And then you have a junior leader. And of course, you got your senior leader too. Got a lot of.
So the junior leader, the 3,
Mm-hmm.
is going to Keitel's group
Mm-hmm.
is going to fire at the bunker.
Sorry, there are
Again.
2 bunkers out there. The same one they've been shooting at.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, this one here. This one here.
And that was 19 dice. 19 dice for 4, 5, or 6.
Ooh.
Holy crap.
Oh, holy!
That's
The
5 were not.
14.
So 14 hits.
14.
Ow.
5 is shock, 6 is kill. Ow. Ow.
Ow.
No kills?
3 5s and a 6.
Oh, there was
1
a 6.
kill.
All right, check and see if it's the man himself. 3 shock. Was it Ivanov? Question mark. Was not, so but you got to take somebody out of there.
What's he got there? 5, 6 guys still in.
Aren't you glad you brought a bunker? Holy cow.
Yeah.
All
Shot
right.
19 dice at me. Whew.
Yeah. MG34s are not a thing to clown with.
No.
All right.
They are not.
What else you got?
All right. What do I need to start, unshocking and unpinning these guys? What do I need?
A couple
to do?
different things.
Got-
One is
Lutman's got
you've got. He won't be able to do it unless he attaches to them.
Okay.
But if Zimmerman is ordered, I believe, yeah, because you remember you had a senior leader, a 2, and a 1.
Yep.
So it really depends how you want to break that up. If you make that a 3, for example,
Yep.
he can
I
take
can
off.
order this junior leader.
Yeah, he can take off 2 shock, but that's all they can do. Right? They wouldn't be able to shoot, for example.
Right.
He spends the turn reorganizing, or the phase reorganizing these guys.
Yep. We'll do that. We'll use that 2,
All
3,
right.
and or 2 and a 1 to make him reduce that.
All right. So that, and it also means, by the way, well, I suppose you could still order the Panzerknacker with Lutmann if you wanted to.
Yep.
Okay. So how do you want to split up? You got 2 points. You can take off 2 shock. How do you want to do it?
2 from these guys.
Okay. And just so you know, there's 2. Where does that get them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
6
so
for 6.
At the end of the turn, these guys would unpin.
Yeah, at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have 6 or 5 guys because
They have
this one had a
6
casualty.
because Zimmerman is with them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got you. Well, this only has 1. This.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, they would still remain.
Yeah, he's down 1.
Yeah, right. He's marked as down 1. That's right. Thank you. All right, so he has done
So-
that. That's your 3, which leaves you with your senior leader.
Yep. So he's going to yell at the Panzerknacker team.
All right. Hey,
And the
Panzerknacker.
Panzerknacker is going to throw smoke at 2d6 range.
All right.
This dude is, anyways.
Chuck away.
Gotta get down from 19. Sorry, was that rubbing that in? 14?
14? It kind of was.
So 14 is
Aha.
there. It's better.
Mhm.
And he's still got 2 more callouts, right?
Well, this dude can shoot, too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why he wouldn't.
Might as well.
6 dice,
So
4, 5,
that's
6.
six dice at these 4 schmucks over here.
That those guys who are really reevaluating their life choices.
Four.
4 dice, 5 shock, 6 kills.
Shock.
Another.
That should do bad things to them, no?
Is it?
Not yet.
6 for 6.
That's it. One more, and they go to pinned.
Okay. So Lootman still's got 2 commands left?
Two.
And he can yell at Steiner to...
No, he has to yell at teams or sections.
Oh, he can yell at team
Steiner's
intersection.
Steiner's kind of out of the picture. He's yelling directly at the guys.
Right. Yeah, no, I think we'll just... yeah, we're good. It's all good.
Smoke
Nothing
him
to
if
see
you-
here.
Smoke him if you got him. No pun. Okay.
Go ahead, CT.
5 dice. The next turn
2
is CT's.
sixes.
Next CT
And
will
a
go
5.
twice. So he picks up a 5 there. A junior leader, and a team. Well, you don't have any teams, so you get to activate 1 junior leader, but then you're going to go again.
Activate Ivanov.
Okay, now the first thing you're going to want him to do is take off a point of shock,
Shock.
obviously.
Yep.
And then you're going to shoot him. Not a surprise.
Not my Panzerknacker team.
I think he's going to
Absolutely.
shoot.
Have you no class?
I don't think he does.
Well, because isn't Zimmerman attached, or them attached to Zimmerman?
No, Zimmerman is over here.
Okay.
He's over with those boys. And you can't see these guys anyway.
That's true.
Well, these guys could actually. But these guys over here, this LMG can see. I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not persuaded. Nope, there's no shot there. So you just gonna shoot at the Panzerknackers?
Everybody within 4 inches gets to suck it up too, right?
Actually, 8 inches. Because it's double. Remember?
Oh, 8 inches.
Yeah, but they've also got to be sort of in the. So, like for example, Keitel's guys, they're
Yep.
at risk. Not so much these guys because they just can't see them.
Right.
But these guys, yeah, Keitel's guys would have to catch a little bit of love. So who are you shooting at, CT?
This team. Yeah.
Okay, so the Panzerknackers, they're at close range.
Are you speaking, CT? We can't hear you.
You're mic'd out again, I fear.
You're
Oh, sorry.
gesticulating, but there we go.
If I just hit Keitel, would the Panzerknackers be included in that, or just Keitel's squad?
Keitel is out here. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to shoot at Keitel, that's probably just going to be it.
Yeah, let me do that, because they just hit me with those 19 dice. I would like to return the
You'd
favor.
like to return
Return
that
the favor.
favor. Who's to blame you?
Yep.
That would usually be, what, 13, I think? Well, first question is that long or effective? It is. That's long. That's actually effect. Or is it close or effective? It's actually effective range, so it's 5 or 6. Secondly, it's usually 13, but you've got this shock, so it drops it to 11. So 11 dice for 5 or 6 on Keitel. Four? Do I see?
4.
4.
That's you let me hit him at 4, 5, or 6. So.
Yeah, I did. So I think we ought to probably
Okay.
play that fair for just this one. We'll fix it next time. So
Yep.
that picks up another 2. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yep.
5, 6. So it's 3 and
Oh,
3.
thanks, Vance.
It's 3 and 3, Vance. So
Okay.
4 or 5 shock, 6 kills. It's the 2 halves of the squad.
So this side first.
Very good.
3 dice. Oh, for Christ!
Man, you are just good with that. That's 1 dead on the
Yeah.
other side.
Nothing.
Nothing there. All right,
Finally.
one die to see if Keitel is not going to
Oh, yeah.
survive.
Gets it in the head. Nope.
Does not. So give me a casualty.
It'll be this guy on the end.
We're getting some nice photographs out of this. I like it. Ian Jackson is sad because there's been no casualties. No leader casualties.
Oh,
I mean.
casualties.
No leader casualties. Ian
Oh.
lives for leaders dying.
Okay.
All right. So
Nice guy.
He's like that. It's a complicated narrative. All right. So what
He
else? you got?
provides a proper burial.
He does. He does. He digs the graves. It's kind of what he does. So
All right.
I believe we're on CT. What else did you have? That was it, actually.
That was it.
Yeah, because you had that, and then it's your turn again. It's your phase. Because you rolled the 2 6s.
Right.
Another 5.
All right, you have a full chain of command dice. Die. Notice what magical things you can do. Probably the biggest. At any point, you can interrupt with an unpinned section or team to fire or move. It's a big deal. You can move a jump-off point 36 inches if it's behind cover. You can end the turn. And you can say, I don't want to take that naughty morale test, so I'm not gonna. A lot of good things can happen with that. So that's the full
So
one.
I'm reading the
Go ahead.
511 section, right? Is that it? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nope. Good. That's good.
Okay. So you've got a senior leader and 3 teams. Or squads, I should say. Senior leader and 3 squads.
Right. So it's not the junior leaders. It's just the squad.
Exactly. He can't do junior leader things.
Right.
Like take off shock or stuff like that.
And if I brought a...
You're cutting out there, CT.
Sorry. If I brought a squad on, they'd be able to fire or no,
Yep.
because it's not a junior leader.
You can fire. You may fire.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, when you deploy, you can fire. Period.
Okay.
All right. Better part of valor and all that nonsense. We're going to first activate Ivanov, and he's going to move backwards.
Oh. Okay. Now, you should know shock affects movement. So you've got 3 choices in movement. 1d6, which allows you to shoot at half effect. 2d6, which allows you to not fire at all, and 3d6, which allows you to move a lot, but then you automatically pick up a shock in so doing.
Run away!
Yeah, we're doing 2d6.
All right. All right. And you may not fire. Very good. So, 2d6 obviously doubled. Holy cow.
Nice.
Now, that is also, however, minus 5 inches for your shock.
That's not doubled.
Correct. That is not doubled.
So I'm at 15.
Yeah. Well, actually, as a matter of
And
fact, logic would dictate it should be doubled. Everything's got to be doubled, so that's to 10. Yeah. Because if you think about it, if you would have rolled this,
it would be 10 inches.
Usually, that would be 10. You'd only move 5, so you move 10 inches. Yep. The consequences of playing with super sweet 30-second scale minis.
They are awesome. All right, with my second 2, I'm going to bring on
Knew
Citadel.
that was coming.
Oh, okay. And where will he deploy? As if I did.
Gee, I wonder.
You kind of wonder where this guy came from, but where was he hiding out? Oh, actually, that's can he can't move tactically though without a 3, can he, David?
What does tactical move mean?
Tactical movement is you may not fire, but you go on to attack. It's the opposite. It's the movement equivalent of Overwatch.
Okay.
And you are seeking automatic. You may adopt a tactical stance. Make no movement and adopt a tactical stance. Move tactically. Yeah. It increases their cover.
Okay.
And it also, and the other thing is you must move at a tactical pace, which is 1d6. So what David is pointing out, that what you could do here, and I'd certainly let you do it, it doesn't make any difference to what happened, is you could instead roll 1d6 and go tactical, which would mean basically while you're in here, you're in hard cover, and even if you're out in the open, you're in soft cover. You're assumed to be hugging the ground and trying to crawl away.
But I don't think 1d6 got him far enough away that he didn't want to.
Yeah, especially when you're deducting 10 inches.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know.
Yeah, the best I could do
So
if I
the
rolled
very
a 6
the
was
very
still
next the very next turn, you could certainly go tactical from where you are, and that might not be the craziest idea.
Correct.
But wow, you gotta love the viewers because they're telling me page 27. Look at you guys. I love you guys.
All right,
so
I would like to unload on Keitel again.
What I can't.
Oh, you would you?
It's less dice though.
Is it?
What?
You cut out. I gotta get you. I'm buying you a new mic for Christmas. You understand this?
I'm sorry. I have only one LMG
Okay, so
in this squad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 dice. 12 dice for 5 or 6.
It's only 12.
12 dice for 5 or 6.
All right, Mr. 19 dice.
Take this.
Ooh.
That's fun.
That's 4, 5, 6.
I think that's what I saw. Is that right?
4 5s and 2
3,
6s.
4, 5, 6. Yep. So it's 3 and 3 again.
Okay.
Over here.
Closest to my side, yeah.
One
Of
dead.
course.
On the right.
And 1 shock, right? Or no?
No, nope. Oh yeah, that's a shock. Yeah, that is a shock. 4 or 5 shocks, 6 kills. Yep.
And another dead.
Man, you are, and 1d6 to check and see if Keitel catches it. He's playing a weird game. Ian's happy about this.
I'm not playing a weird game. Getting killed.
It's just
Oops, 1 die. Yeah.
Ooh, that first die was a 2. Nice.
Yep.
1 die from each, or 1 guy from each, please.
So, this guy, yes. And this guy.
Gotta check the body count and shock totals.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're good.
Yeah, you're in solid shape actually. I mean, you're not happy about all the deads and all, but all right.
At all, yeah.
CT.
All right.
Gotta check and see what else you had to roll.
I had 1 more 2 and a senior leader.
That was it. I knew you did get a bunch of stuff.
I think that's gonna be it for now.
Okay.
Vance.
Oh, you have your command die too, right? Your chain of command die.
Yeah, he does.
It's fully
I
loaded.
do. Yes, it is.
Cocked, locked, and ready to rock.
But you're not going to use it? Okay.
Not yet, he's not.
I'll throw another die in the mix.
All right,
6.
got 1 left after this.
5,
Command
which will
for
load up
you,
my
and
command.
now you have a chain of command die. Look at that.
And 2 1s, a 3, and a 4.
That's not bad at all.
Well, for the 3, Keitel's, what's left of Keitel's team is going to reduce the shock to 1.
Okay.
And then fire into the bunker of our favorite
Our new arrival.
targets. That's what,
Thank
8, 9, 17, 18?
-1 for the shock, or is that for the no? You only had the 1. Sorry, that's for the Panzerknacker.
Yep.
So yeah, so that doesn't count. So you said it came to 16, 17?
18?
18.
18?
Where's
18?
the other? No, I think it's 17.
2 MGs and 2 dudes?
Where's the other
right?
dude? He supports
guy?
the machine gun.
Ah, okay. So, okay.
So it's 8, 16, 17.
17.
17 for 5 or 6.
17. Only 17 this time.
Only.
Or 5 or 6. There we go.
That's a lot of 6s.
Holy 6.
That's 5 6s and a 5.
Well, yeah, so 6 6s. Uh-oh, that's not good. And these are all heavy covers, so 6 dice, 5 shock, 6 kills.
Oh no.
2 kills, 2 shock.
CT rolled to see if it's the man himself. 1d6. Is it Sidrov?
Oh!
It is not Sidrov, but I need 2 dead, please. I feel the obligation to point out David Pumphouse's remarks about casualties. I'm just saying. The man.
Yeah, what are we running here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. We're doing 8 to 8.
Yeah, it's pretty. I know it's a game of can't stop. I get it. I completely get it.
So what's the penalty for all the casualties again?
Well, this is already going to be heavy casualties on both sides. The real question is going to be how much you have left to come back with in the next game. You know, and now obviously it's worse if you're the loser. Your commander can start to distrust you, things like that. But, you know, casualties carry over game to game. Just pointing it out.
Yeah.
Vance.
I've got two ones left.
Which you could
and
make into a
senior.
2. Which you could make it into a 2 if you wanted.
I could make that into a 2. That doesn't really help.
Or you could, you know, Panzernack.
I also have a senior leader.
You do. Feldwebel Luttmann hanging out here in the weeds, yelling things.
The Panzernacker team
Uh-huh.
is going to shoot at the bunker.
6, 7 for 5 or 6.
4, 5, or 6. They should be close enough.
Oh, are they close enough? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're in range.
Yep, they're there.
So 7?
Mm-hmm.
Five.
5 hits. 5 shock, 6 kills.
Nothing.
Ooh. One of our first whiffs.
That's all I can do. I'm gonna save my chain of command die as well.
All right. CT. One nothing. And then a straight. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. First things first. Sidorov, reduce the shock and fire.
Okay, I'm gonna use my command die to interrupt.
That's how that
Interrupt
works.
with an unpinned section or team to fire or move.
That's how that works. Have at it. Who's doing it?
Keitel
All right.
is firing into the bunker.
That was, what, 17, right?
17?
17.
Or 5 or 6.
A nasty chain of command die. A nasty, I say.
Not very many.
Oh, yeah, there are. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
4, 8.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
That's a lot to me.
That is a lot. 8 dice, 5 shock, 6 kills. Can he get a double whiff? Nope. 3 shock, 1 dead. Check for Sidorov.
Nope.
Man, but I do need a victim. See, that's a pretty good use. It's a lot of shock. Where are they at? 1, 2,
6,
3,
7, 8,
6.
9.
Oof. All right, but they are still shooting, and therefore 6, 7, 8, 9, as you say, but minus 2, 7 dice for
5 or 6.
5 or 6, yeah. Two.
Only 2.
1 and 1.
First one close to me. Nothing.
Nothing. And a 1.
Second one. Nothing.
Nothing.
There's a whiff.
Harsh. All right. Remembering you had a straight, so that was actually a 3. So you've got a 1, a 2, and a 4.
Activate Ivanov to remove a shock and move tactically.
Good. All right. Boop. So that's going to be a 3. That's going to take your 2 and your 1. So moving tactically, I will mark you as tactical. 1d6 minus 8. And obviously doubled. So 2 inches.
2 inches.
But you are creeping, you are sneaking, you are being tactical. And that is heavy cover. Okay. That leaves you with a 4.
I don't think there's anything I want my big man to do.
Okay. Okay. We'll go one more turn. I know we need a hard stop, so we'll go one more round of phases between Vance and CT and see where things sit. Vance?
Sure. All right. Throw that last die in there.
All right, you're out of them. Starting on a new
2
chain of
fives.
command die. Look at that.
A 2, 3, and a 4.
Mm-hmm.
The 2
Mm-hmm.
is going to be my Panzerknackers.
That's a team. You can't order them with a 2.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's more than?
Mm-hmm.
That's just sad.
Well, I mean, you've still got, you've got Lutman, who's got 3 actions. He can order them.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Lootman orders the Panzerknackers to shoot at the bunker.
Mm-hmm.
This bunker.
Not before I interrupt.
Right back at you. Oh, I too have a chain of command die.
What are they doing?
Yeah, who are they shooting at?
The Panzerknackers. Yeah, because they're within effective.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we figured out that the Panzerknackers were 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dice for 4, 5, 6.
Minus
oh,
2.
yeah, -2, thank you. 7 dice for 4, 5, 6.
2 possible?
4 or 5 shock, 6. Or sorry, yeah, 4 or 5 shock, 6
Yep.
kills.
1 shock.
Okay. Now they go.
So they've got
6. 7 minus 1, 6. Yeah. 6 for 4, 5, 6.
Four hits.
Dude, harsh. 4 dice, 5 shock, 6 kills.
Oh!
What happened?
Kill.
That's
1 kill.
1 kill.
And check and see if it's Sidorov.
Nope.
It's not, but I do need a casualty. Okay. Lutman
Okay, now that he's used his interrupt die,
Mm-hmm.
Keitel's going to use the 3 and unload on the bunker.
What was
So
Keitel
it's 8, 16, 17.
Got it. 17 for 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
This is kind of exciting, actually. I like it. 5. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 dice. 5 shock, 6 kills.
1 shock. What the hell is that? 1, 2,
Even
3,
Stevens,
4,
one away,
5.
one
Damn
away
it.
from a pin.
Damn it.
One away. Had you gotten one more?
Yeah. Oh, that's that.
All right.
That's that.
Very good. Whoa! Whoa!
All sixes.
I've never seen it.
What
I've
what
never
happens?
seen it. Wow.
The world
Okay.
explodes.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody
No,
drops
no.
a nuke.
It is as if
I get tanks.
As 3. You keep the phase. The turn ends. You get a full chain of command die. And there's a random event.
Holy crap.
Well, he did just roll 4 6s. Okay.
5 6s.
Yeah, I mean that's insane. Okay, I actually
Alrighty then.
I gotta get the random event chart. Holy cow!
We're putting you through your paces.
I think I needed it. Here we go. Yeah, 4 more 6s. Please roll 1d6 and tell me what you roll.
2.
Yabos. Aircraft overhead hit the dirt. Nobody knows whose planes they are, but movement is halted for this phase and the next. Other activity continues as normal. So, the turn ends because we're all stuck in this spot because suddenly there's been airplanes flying. I'm sorry, had you rolled a 1, it would have been a mortar barrage somewhere on the table.
Oh.
But no. So the Yabos have taken over. We get to the turn end. We remove everybody who is tactical. Overwatch and smoke comes off. Pinned units recheck their shock. So the tactical comes off. The smoke comes off.
They're still, I don't
The
know.
Overwatch comes off.
There. No, that pin stays.
Now, Will, does it? That's the thing.
It does.
Does
Wow.
it? Are they?
Yeah, they've got
6.
6, so they've only got 5 guys, or 4 guys. 1,
Okay,
2,
so they
3,
remain
4.
pinned. And these guys are no longer on Overwatch. Okay. Wow. That's. Well, I'm glad you could do something so dramatic in any event. Holy cats.
It's a good way to end it for the night.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
you do. I do want to bring it through your phase though, because you do get
Okay.
the next phase, and I want to remember that Vance goes first.
Wait a Oh, no. Sorry, what?
He keeps the phase.
Yeah, but the turn ends.
Right, and then he gets to start over again. It's whoever has
Right,
next.
so it's right. So his first phase he gets first phase of the next turn.
Correct. But you're still.
So
I guess I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Just stop it right here.
Yeah. Let me just. I do have to check.
It's
one
CT's
other-
turn.
Yeah. Let me just check one other thing because I want to make sure. Because I think it is a whole die, which is just crazy, but. Yeah.
Or is it just? Is
Yeah,
it
no,
like 1-5 or is it the
it's
whole
a
thing?
full die. He gets a full die.
Holy crap!
Yeah. So he's got a full die to sit on. It's his turn. So given that is the case, I guess the one thing I would ask to you, CT, before you even start, you're gonna keep fighting in the next phase.
Oh, I have been debating this.
Or do you
If
wanna...
I say I'm with,
If you withdraw now, these guys are going to get out. The one guys that would be in trouble would be Vance's pinned guys.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not withdrawing.
Well, I didn't think you were. I'm asking CT if he wants to, rather than go to the next game, rather than maybe make the next game the next
Yep.
scenario, right?
Yeah, I want to withdraw because I am.
Yeah,
It doesn't go well beyond this.
I can't say for sure, but I'm gonna. I mean, with the losses you've taken, it's pretty tough. It is pretty tough. So, CT, which was the right forward up? Where was the forward observer? He was over here. So let's very quickly do this, just so I can keep up. This is the. This, for what it's worth, is the sharp end campaign rules, which for whatever reason slows me down immensely whenever I try to load this bloody thing. I just want to make sure I do the withdrawals correctly so that everybody can see them.
Yep.
Okay. Now that's the mood. The crazy part of your decision to withdraw, CT, is you're both going to neither of you is going to get a huge benefit in terms of getting your casualties back, because that's usually done on the difference in your force morales, and neither of you suffered. I'm just blown away by the fact that neither of you had to suffer huge losses to your force morales. None of the things happened that cost a force morale. Nobody broke. No leaders got a bullet in the head. That's so very crazy to me. Very interesting. Anyway, here we are. Withdrawal from the table. A player may declare that he wishes to retire from the table at any point when it is his phase and before he rolls his dice. Any player's figure within 24 inches of a friendly jump-off point who can trace an unbroken line to that point that doesn't come to within 12 inches of broken units may retire from the table. There is no way that either of you is within 12 inches of each other.
Nope.
So you're all so CT is clearly free to go. We did that. Any unpinned figures more than 24 inches but less than 48 inches, that's all fine. Any unpinned figure further than 48, you're clearly within 48 inches of your jump off point, right, Vance?
Of my jump off?
Yeah.
But I'm not withdrawing.
No, I understand that, but the tape, that's true. You're not exactly leaving, are you? It doesn't matter.
I'm not leaving.
I'm just trying
it
to
becomes
follow.
my field.
Yeah. No, this is your field for sure. All right. Nobody's captured. He gets away. Got it. Okay. I now have to do all the calculations for casualties and such, which I will do with you each separately. So what we do know is that Vance has grabbed the field. The forward observers have been driven back. That does have consequences for later in the battle.
So he withdrew and I get the field. Does that count as a victory?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Okay.
That is a win. And it will go down as such in the post-game calculations, which we'll go through separately, kind of like what we did before when you named your guys and all this stuff. Because one of the other things you're going to be tasked to do now that this has been, you both took losses, and they're both going to be fairly substantial, because you're not going to get this huge advantage of, you get a lot. If you win with a huge advantage in morale, in force morale, you get a lot more of your guys back.
Right.
So you're both going to take casualties. You may have to reorganize some of your units.
Mm-hmm.
As well as getting some of your reinforcements and things like that. So I will set all this up. So the first battle in our Storming the Citadel campaign goes to the Germans. A terrific forward deployment by the Germans. I still think the Russians did what they could, and they also did leave one fresh squad off the table, so that's interesting.
Well, so he had me worried, like, especially when this bunker showed up and chewed this poor Zimmerman's guys to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason these guys over here never moved and stayed on Overwatch just because he had that squad back there and this jump off point over here still.
Yep. Yep. No,
If I pivoted these guys to pick on this bunker, he was bringing guys on behind me.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a whole squad and he had a whole squad basically as bait for each other.
No, that was really cool. That was fun to watch. I liked refereeing this. I thought this was a lot of fun. I'm gonna tell you. I'll just let you know, and I didn't record it, but Velker tore me apart as the Russians.
Oh yeah?
I mean, just absolutely obliterated me because these. I think it was David Pumphouse who said these MG34s are nasty.
Yeah.
You know, in their numbers,
Wow.
they are.
We saw that here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
19 freaking dice. I mean, that's. I think, but you know, so what was the total? How many did you actually lose, Vance? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's heavy casualties. I mean, that's not a joke. And CT, your final was 1, 2,
10.
3, 4, 10. So neither of you walked away unscathed. The next battle is going to prove very, very interesting. You're going to get now your support troops, for example, Vance, your Panzerknackers go away.
Yep.
So you're going to have to pick new supports. Obviously, you won't have your bunkers again. So we will see. Let me take one quick peek into the chat to see what's going on.
Oh, and one of his MG34s has a casualty too.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, there was.
Yeah, but it's just a flesh wound. You'll scrape them off the field now that you're gone.
Yeah, Ian's comment was that to me the two coolest moments. Number one is easily the random event 5d6 roll.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, that's you don't see that every day. But the fact, and you also kind of wonder whose planes were those, dearest Central Command. Yeah, excuse us, but we're kind of busy right here shooting at each other. And it didn't go well. So no,
Everybody looked up at the planes, and then when the Germans looked down, we were gone.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I will get together with each of you over the coming week or so, and we'll figure out some time to spend a couple of minutes reorganizing your troops and getting you ready for the next scenario. I hope you liked it. I really did. I hope everybody who watched it enjoyed it. And
Yeah, that was fun.
You know,
Oh yeah, a lot of fun.
and we'll carry on. And as I say, this can go to. And the other really cool thing is we go through these 10 scenarios, and then they also have the other pint-sized campaign, so it can even go to 20 with this same group of guys. The insane part, the number 2 thing for me, the most interesting thing, no leaders died.
No leaders died on either side.
No
yeah.
leaders were no leaders were killed, nor leaders were wounded. I don't think I've played a game of Chain of Command where that happened. So
Well, especially with this many casualties.
right, that you would think, especially
Yeah.
since we had a couple of cases where there were 4 dead, 5 dead, you know, in a round or in a single firing. So that was absolutely insane. And yeah, and eventually we get to those tanks. So for everybody watching, thank you so much for showing up on a crazy Tuesday decision like this, short term. We got a lot of gaming coming up. Tomorrow is going to be Wednesday Night Warfare, which is a big battle for our Scharnhorst 1809 Blucher campaign. Saturday, Command Tent will be back in the saddle, we hope, to play part 4 of our Battle of Eylau. And by the way, Velker, you playing Eylau?
I am.
Velker's been over there the whole time, being super quiet, playing his stuff. So he'll be there. And then next Wednesday, we're going to be participating in the Connections Online Wargaming Conference. And I will be running Men Against Fire again, a different scenario. What I think is a classic Sandhurst war game done by Professor Patty Griffiths. It's a bit of a role-playing game, it's a bit of a Kriegspiel, and it's a bit of World War II machine gunnery. And we will definitely be doing it with 1/32 scale miniatures. So come and check it out as part of that. So thanks to everybody who was watching. We definitely appreciate you. And yeah, that's true. Ian Jackson was very, very annoyed, and he demands that... Ian Jackson demands sacrifices for Velkerheim.
Yay!
He is sad about that there were not more deaths. And on the Soviet side, the Commissar is going to know if the leaders... Yeah, the Commissar is going to want to talk to some of the Soviet commanders. There is no doubt about that.